My next Patreon question is from Micah, who wants to know what an acclaimed actor has been up to lately. One of my favorite movie and TV stars is Jason Segel. He was a hit on Freaks and Geeks, How I Met Your Mother, and even was the brains behind the Muppets' return to the big screen 10 years ago. But lately, he has not done a lot of mainstream stuff since Sony's sex tape. Do you think Jason Segel could become a household name like he was in the past? Since How I Met Your Mother ended its run in 2014, Jason Segel does seem to have mostly concentrated on smaller independent films over starring in studio comedies. I feel Segel is well known enough that he gets offered his fair share of projects, and Forgetting Sarah Marshall and the Muppets also more than proved his skills as a writer. I remember being surprised he skipped out on the Muppets franchise after the 2011 film was released. It was so important to him that these characters make a return to the big screen, and he was so passionate about being given that opportunity. According to Segel, his only motivation for making that film was to get the ball rolling on more Muppet projects, and he felt confident leaving future films in the hands of his director James Bobman and his co-writer Nicholas Stoller. Fair enough, but he did not even get an executive producer credit on Muppets Most Wanted, which I found odd. Anyway, most of what he has chosen to star in for the past couple of years have been small dramas. When promoting one of his recent films, Our Friend, Segel revealed this was on purpose. I did about a decade and a half of pure comedy between those movies and then How I Met Your Mother, which was literally every day for 9 years. I think I was just interested in seeing what else I could do. And I think that's absolutely a reasonable explanation on his part. Most actors don't necessarily want to be typecast, and while movies like Knocked Up and Forgetting Sarah Marshall and Despicable Me and The Muppets are certainly ones to be proud of, it can probably be tiring for an actor when directors and producers only think you're capable of doing comedic roles. He has had enough success and probably made enough money from How I Met Your Mother to do whatever he wants at this point. I was quite impressed with his performance as writer David Foster Wallace in the end of the tour, which proved he definitely had the skills to be a dramatic actor. Regarding his upcoming projects, he has a role in the dramatic film The Sky is Everywhere, which will be released by A24 and Apple. He will also be seen in the HBO series Winning Time, co-created by Adam McKay and centering on the Los Angeles Lakers. He is playing real-life basketball coach Paul Westhead, although I don't know how large the role will be. However, if you've been awaiting Jason Segel's return to comedy, I have some good news. It was recently announced that he has signed on to write and star in a comedy series for Apple TV+. Titled Shrinking, Segel will play a psychiatrist who decides to be completely honest with his patients from now on. He is developing the show with Bill Lawrence and Brett Goldstein, who recently collaborated on the acclaimed hit show Ted Lasso. If Shrinking is anywhere near as good as Ted Lasso, it could be something quite special. Will he also return to making studio comedies? Maybe if he feels there's a good enough script that will allow him to stretch his wings and not just play a macho schlub like he was often typecast as. I think that was also what excited him about doing The Muppets, as he was able to write himself a cheerier part that was a departure from a lot of what he had done before. Although something worth mentioning is that most of the traditional mainstream comedies have largely abandoned theaters in favor of streaming. Even Judd Apatow's next film is being released by Netflix, after several years of directing movies for Universal. So if he does star or write in a new movie comedy, you're more likely to find it on Netflix or HBO Max than at your local multiplex. In any case, I wish Jason Segel luck with everything he decides to do and all of his future projects. Thank you for your question, Micah.